y'all. Hey. It is Saturday, and y'all know what that means. It is time for us to be silly on a Saturday, better known as Silly Saturday. Silly Saturday. Hey, y'all, what is going on? Got my Adidas on and doing the damn thing today. What is up? I know I missed y'all last Saturday. I know had business to take care of. Hey Tracy, hey Nares 21, hey Patty Duke, my love. Hey Willie. Hey KER Vixen. Hey Abby. Hey sis. Hey everybody as y'all come in the room. What's going on? It's another Saturday down here to debauchery land. And we are here for it. We are here for it. Um, we're gonna make it do what it do today. We're gonna have some good fun today. Um, I don't have a whole lot of stories today, which means that we probably will go left. I got some stories now. Don't get it twisted. But the fact that I don't have a whole lot of stories means there's a good possibility that we might go left. I'm just saying, we're gonna see how this goes. So, yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. Ooh, child, let me see what this coffee is like today. Yesterday, when I was live, y'all made sure that the wine was extra good. On a silly Saturday, we always have our coffee. So let's see how this good coffee is going. Ooh, the coffee is good this morning. Praise God. Ooh, child. Hopefully, it gets extra good because when it's extra good, that leads to great lives. Anyway, Patty Duke, you've been here from the beginning, so I know you all for going left. I know you all here for it. It is getting better with each taste. So I've been I've been buying when I buy my coffee creamers now. I like the oat milk creamers now. Like I am preferential to instead of the regular cream. I like the ones that's made out of oat milk. Those creamers seem to agree better with my spirit. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Um because it's Saturday and it's a silly Saturday. We are gonna have our transition thirst traps for y'all. Let me see what I got for y'all on the. Let me. Did y'all miss me while I was going? Did you miss me while I was going? What's the old song? I know you miss me. I know you miss me. I know you miss me, but I know you. Y'all ain't miss me. I missed y'all. If y'all ain't miss me, I missed y'all. Cause that's we love each other and we love on each other. I love y'all. I love on y'all. Anyway, and in token of my sincere appreciation and love for y'all, let me gift y'all with y'all first two thirst traps. The first thirst trap transition of the day. This is our first guy. I listened to Tracy and made sure that I put the Instagram name on there for you, Tracy. You okay now, Tracy? You happy, Tracy? Did I complete the assignment for you? Some of these people I got two images of, so that's his first one, and this is his second one. So he had a really nice smile. This is for Tracy because Tracy told me to make sure that I keeps the Instagram name up there so she can go follow them. So there you go, Tracy. Write it down. Yeah. Child. Let me see what stories we're gonna do first here, because we don't have a whole lot today. But let's start here. Y'all know we just dive straight in, okay? We don't even play around. Listen, we don't even play around. Child. Did you get it, Tracy? Tracy, you got everything you needed. Ugh. Need to make sure my Tracy is okay. Yeah. Willie, do you see what I see? Child. Come on, Boy George. People don't know about Boy George. You got to be, you got to have an eclectic musical palette when you can go to different artist genres, periods in music. Child, child, girl. Willie, do you see what I see? Y'all know I love to give y'all a little something you can look at. What are we eating for when we get to the sugar spike segment? So I opened this pack last night. I went to Publix and I found I had never heard of this brand. It's called, looks like Eileen's with an E. E, you can't see that, but EILLIE, Eileen's. Hey, official court documents. Hey, Jason, Shondo, everybody. I got these gummy worms. It's, I was kind of skeptical because the packaging looked like real, like, meh, like, or whatever. But I said it wasn't that expensive. So I said, okay, I can, it wasn't that much. They are actually really good. I was pleasantly surprised. I said, oh, okay, I'm here for it. Here for it. Anyway, so as we are about to start our stories, can I get some Shondos in the chat and some orange shirts in the chat? Can we get some? Can we get some? Maybe an oh dear God here or there for my members. A Shondo, an oh dear God, an orange shirt, something as we start. Cause we're gonna dive right in because this is what you do on a silly Saturday. You don't start in the shallow end. You start on the deep end. Yeah, yeah. All right. So you all may be aware that Johnny Depp is in court with his, I believe, his ex-wife or current wife, somebody in court. I don't really be paying these people no mind, okay? Um. Anyway, he's in court, and during, and if you're not watching, um, I'm not playing with you, Willie. I'm not playing with you. But if you are not following this trial with Johnny Depp has gone just as left, hey little baby, as his characters that he plays in his movie. Because y'all know Johnny Depp cannot play a regular character. Like him, like Johnny Depp and Lakeith Stanfield, they cannot play normal people. They always play some type of animated caricature, some like the characters they played are always out there, spaced out and stuff like that. Like they're you would never see them playing just a regular character. So anyway, but the stuff that's coming out in this trial, dear God, is just as loony. Case in point, let me read this for you. Amber Heard said poop. Oh yes, we're talking poop, fecal matter, feces in bed with Johnny Depp was a horrible practical joke. Guard testifies. So apparently, there's been poopage, fecal matter, and feces all over the courtyard like a bad bottom that forgot to clean out after Thanksgiving. Baby, it's just all over the wall, all over the courtroom walls, feces. It's just they just got fecal matter and feces all over the place. So let me read this for y'all. Hold on. Let me sip on this coffee so y'all can bring this all in and gather this in and really retain. Child. Yeah. A longtime employee of Johnny Depp's says Amber Heard once told him that shit in the couple's bed as a part of a horrible was a part of a horrible practical joke gone wrong. This is according to People magazine. Starling Jenkins III, an executive chauffeur and security guard for Johnny Depp, who first met the actor in 1993 and has provided services ranging from child care, animal care, and personal assistant duties to security and transportation, testified in court Thursday as Depp, 58, and Heard, 36, continue to face off in the defamation trial that kicked off in on April 11th. Um, speaking for a live, speaking from a live video call to the court in Fairfax, Virginia, Jenkins recalled accompanying the Aquaman actress to Coachella in 2016. While driving her to the festival one night, Jenkins says they, quote, had a conversation pertaining to the surprise she left in the boss's bed, end quote, following a fight she and Depp allegedly had before she departed for the trip with friends, clarifying that the surprise was the defecation. Jenkins testified that Heard told him it was a horrible practical joke gone wrong. On the stand Wednesday, Depp said he was shown a picture of the bed incident, which allegedly took place after he and then wife had an argument during his 30th birthday party before she headed to Coachella. Her 30th birthday party, excuse me, before she headed to Coachella. I quote, I had gone to Mr. Mr. Sean Bet and said she's at Coachella. I think it's a good time to go downtown so that I can get some of my things and get them out of there, especially things that were precious to me. The Edward Scissorhands stars recalled. Where are we at? I keep losing my place, y'all. I keep losing my place, y'all. And he said, I don't think now's a good time to go. And I thought, it's the perfect time to go. She's not going to be home for 2 days. Then he showed me a photograph on his telephone of it was a photograph. Why my place keep getting missed? It was a photograph of our bed, and on my bed, on my side of the bed, was human. Johnny Depp testified. The actor said of his initial response, I mean, I laughed. It was so outside. It was so bizarre and so grotesque. I could only laugh. So I did not go down there that day. According to Depp, Heard tried to blame the feces on the dogs, adding, they're teacup Yorkies. They weigh about 4 pounds each. The photograph I saw, I lived with those dogs for many years. It was not the dogs, meaning it was a whole bunch of fecal matter, y'all. Heard and Depp met while making 2011's The Rum Diary. Later, wed in February 2015. They broke up in May 2016 when Heard sought a domestic violence restraining order against Depp, accusing him of abusing her. Depp denied the claims and settled the divorce out of court in August 2016. It was finalized in January 2017. Child, I don't need to go on and on and on, but listen, listen. She claimed it was a practical joke. going wrong. Listen, where I come from, real human fecal matter is never a practical joke. Now, if you go buy you know, the little plastic, you know, thing that looks like feces, fecal matter, and you put it there just to fool somebody, go ahead, let have. Get it how you live. Here's your invite time. Here is your invite time. Not doing this with Ty. Ty don't be caring about me, and then he be wanting to come over here and grandstand and act like, oh, dot 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 dot. Ty don't be caring about me, y'all. Let's be clear. I love him to death. He be doing me so wrong. Exactly, Bobo. Hey, Bobo. Some shit, baby. If I and then to make matters worse, you left. You all the way over in Coachella at Coachella. I'm over here at the house trying to get, because apparently they must have had them broke up by then. Because he was saying he was going to go get his shit out the house because apparently they was either separated or had broken up. So he trying to go over to the house to get the shit. Thank God, no, well, not to get this shit, but get his shit and not literally her shit, which was in his van. Hey, it's me, D. But what I'm saying is, her lawyer said she has fecal phobia. How is she? Right, right. You don't have fecal phobia and be leaving feces as a practical joke going wrong and on someone's side of the bed. This coughing ain't gonna make it. I'm already down to here. It ain't gonna make it through the show. I can already see this now. It- Listen, Willie, fecal phobia is some shit that this white woman made up. I'm sure she was on the stand weeping profusely and weaponizing herself with her weapon of choice, her white woman's tears, explaining all about how her fecal phobia could never have her doing these kinds of things. Mind you, you admitted to the chauffeur that you did it and that it was a practical joke going wrong. You raggedy ass bastard. You are dirty, nasty. Listen, let me help y'all understand something. I don't like dealing with my own fecal matter. Let's be clear. Which is why in my house you got to have wipes. You don't use now. I make sure that I have a fresh roll of Charmin Ultra Gentle. I used to use the Ultra Salt, but now I'm preferential to the Ultra Gentle Charmin, which is beautiful. It feels so good down there. But anyway, before we use the Charmin Ultra Gentle, you got to have you some Charmin wipes over there. I tried the Cottonelle wipes one time. They don't really be hitting on nothing. Quiet as it's kept, the Walmart wipes feel better than the Cottonelle wipes. Let's just be clear. But I'm preferential to my Charmin. I'm a Charmin guy. Okay, so I have my Charmin wipes. We wipe with the Charmin wipes first to get all of the stuff out, and then we take the Charmin Ultra Gentle toilet paper, as the to make sure everything else is good. Okay. Hey Xavier, but I don't want to deal with shit. And I really listen, there's no practical joke that you could ever play on me. And I pull the covers off and on my side of the bed is a big lump of your shit, of fecal matter. Cause now I gotta get some paper towels or something to get the shit up. Hey Yana, after that, I gotta go and wash the comforter. I gotta wash the sheets. I gotta take the air freshener, the Febreze. What kind of this? I got what I got right now. Spring and renewal. That's kind of like that. Anyway, got to keep some Febreze. But and my thing is this. Yes, the pirate and the white devil. Yes, God. You had well, he never went out say like this. He never went to the house. So that's good. Thank God the person told him. Because if you do that kind of practical joke, when you walk in the room, don't you be like, um, wait, Jason, so you do dry wipe, wet wipe, then dry wipe? See, I do wet wipe, and if I need to, I do a wet wipe again, and then I see the dry wipe is to make sure that I got all the wetness off. But I see, I feel like the dry wipe first ain't gonna do nothing but smear stuff around, whereas the wet wipe first kind of does more cleaning. So I'm doing wet, and if I need a second wet, I will do a second wet, and then the dry. Inquiry, now y'all, for those of us who do dry wipes and wet wipes, do you do dry wipe first or wet wipe first? Because I do wet wipe first. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Am I doing this wrong? Child, I could have been doing it wrong the whole time, but I do wet then dry. I don't do dry then wet. I do wet then dry. I'm just saying. Let me see what y'all got to say in this good chat. Let me go to the chat. Let's see what this here chat is saying and giving. You know the clear people have fascination with box. So you do dry, wet, dry. Interesting. Am I the only one? Um, I do, cause see, I feel like the dry is going. So everybody does dry then wet. Am I the only one who does wet first? Interesting. I feel like the dry is gonna smear it around because it's dry. But if I do wet first, the wet can kind of clean it up first, and then I could take the dry. And that's interesting. That is interesting. That is very interesting. Now let's be clear. I do um patronize the services of Pure for Men, which means when it all comes out. And so I don't leave up this, I don't have a lot of residue in the area. Like when it comes, it all comes and it don't really like leave a whole lot of mess. So it clears the residue. Okay, Nicole is with me. Nicole says she do wet, wet, dry. Okay, Nicole, we are here together. But apparently we've been doing it wrong because everybody say dry then wet. Child. Like when I change the diaper on the baby, I use the wet on the baby first. Like when you wipe a baby, you don't use the dry, you use the wet. And my shit is still as pure, supple, and soft as a baby. If you need me. And maybe that's because I make sure that I do the wet first. I use a wipe there. Hey, Listanka. Then I used a tip. I use a tips, and I use. Wait, what? Wait, what is happening? Cotton swabs. Wait, wait. I don't. Wait, I don't. I, I don't know. So, Abby, you're a dry, wet, dry. Wow, this is interesting. Now, you listen. Y'all could, however you do it, whatever works for you, go. But what I am gonna tell you is, if I go to your house and I go to the bathroom and I just happen to have to use the toilet paper, I'm gonna be real upset. Hey, Spicy Original, if the toilet paper is under and not over, because I need toilet paper rolls. It's always over, never under. If I go to your house and I see that you have the toilet paper roll under, not over, then we're gonna have a problem. And I'm gonna flip it around, and you're gonna go in there and look like, now who flipped my toilet paper around? And in my mind, I ain't gonna tell you. But in my mind, I'm gonna be like, I showed it because I'm not going in there and pulling from the toilet paper roll, and it ain't over. You gotta be over. Never under, always over. I'm just saying. It says a lot about you people who do the under. You got to do over. Xavier, you say I can never. No, I can come to your house. I can come to your house, but when I leave that good bathroom, Xavier, you might find that it's now over and not under. I know it might be that I might not need the boo boo, but sometimes instead of, shake, 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 I might get, some toilet paper and, wipe, the tips so you make sure any residual, doesn't end up in your underwear. You know what I'm saying? Not that I could go number one. When I get do the number one, you shake, 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 you grab, a little bit of toilet paper and you make sure everything is dry. And then you go in so that way it's no residual that want to come out and ends up leaking the front part of your underwear. I'm just saying. Did she wipe on the bed sheets or did she drop? I don't. Y'all got a lot. Drop a wet wipe in the bed. Child. The Q-tips help to get out the excess. The cotton swabs is the residue, and the towel I used until the wait a whole towel. Wait, oh, this is a lot going on. It's just a whole lot going on. I'm just saying, people who don't have babies have different steps. I don't, I, I'm just gonna go back to Jason. Jason, let's be clear. I don't poop at other people's houses. That's just not what you do. But I might need to use the toilet paper um to wipe the tip after you pee. Thank you, Spicy Original. Once again, we are here. Always over, never under. Oh, you do the little triangle like at the hotel when you go to the hotel, they have a little triangle. Okay, look at you, fancy, huh? Child, you fancy, ain't you? Child, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard and all they got going on got us over here talking about the Oreo method that I have first heard about here today. I was today old when I learned of the Oreo method. I listen, I'm like a newborn baby over here. I takes care of what we got going on down here. Okay, we takes care of all that's going on. So we have to do like we do a baby. You have to take care of babies and make sure babies are nice and clean. And just like so, just saying, right, spicy original. We don't want to have no Bryson moments. I don't even like using the toilet at my job. I walk to the McDonald's. Wait, not the McDonald's. Now, I might use it at my job before I go to McDonald's or Albertsons because the McDonald's and the Albertsons be all out of control. Now, there are some gas stations, like if you go down to the Bucky's, they keep their bathrooms real nice at the Bucky's gas station. Wawa's, a lot of the Wawa's have nice bathrooms too. Well, I can go ahead and get my little seat cover or whatever. I always do two sheet cover. Well, actually, what I do is judge a mama, don't judge me. I will take the toilet paper and put the toilet paper on the seat first. Then I put the seat covers on top of the toilet paper. And then I might be ready to sit down. Even in a clean bathroom, because I know what y'all got going on. But when you're on the road and sometimes you gotta go, you gotta go. So, but the Buckies, they usually keep their job clean. The Wawas that I've been to, they keep theirs clean. Some of them other bathrooms, I just keep it moving. Drive to the next bathroom. I can hold it. One of my exes, little baby, one of my exes, every time. he did a number two. He had to take a shower, had to take a whole shower every single time. Every single time. Mind you, and like I told him, I'm never using your washcloth. You have your washcloth, you keep it over there. I have my washcloth, I'll keep it over here. Please be clear. Don't ever use my washcloth. We have different colors, just so you know. But every time he did number two, he had to take a shower every time. Child. You mean Tupac? Yeah. I don't know. Listen, I don't know how these savages use that sandpaper on themselves. I told y'all what I use. I used to use Charmin Ultra, I mean Ultra Soft, but now it's Charmin Ultra Gentle every time. We don't fuck off. We don't play around. We do not deviate. I'm just saying. The fact that this crazy white lady has sparked a whole 20-minute conversation about she has. God, we done had a whole 20-minute conversation. Because this white lady done left feces, a whole pile of poop in this man's bed. Wow. In the same breath, telling people she has fecal phobia, which I didn't even knew was a thing. Let me have another transition. Are we ready for our next transition? Thirst trap. All right. Let's do another transition thirst trap. I think I had him. Did I? I don't know if I had him before. Those abs look real familiar. Here's him again. No, that's not him. That's him. And I thought I had another one with him. I thought I did. Maybe I did. Anyway, we're going to transition. Thought I had more than one with him. Guess not. Oh well. So our next story takes us down to the wonderful world of not 80 grit sandpaper. Takes us down to the wonderful world of football. And you know what we have this weekend going on is the 2022 or the annual replaying of the movie Get Out. The NFL draft. And in this year's NFL draft, like every year during the NFL draft, you have these young black men that are doing their annual reenactment or their annual iteration of the movie Get Out. What do you mean, El Teddy? I'm glad you asked because this is what this right here is usually what I want y'all to pay attention to. Tell me what's wrong with what's going on here. Y'all let me know what's wrong with what we see here. I just want y'all to point out all of the things that's wrong here. Let's just start pointing out all of the things that we got going wrong here. Let's just start pointing out all of the things because this looks like a version of Get Out. I just want y'all. I don't even need to read this now. I'm going to tell you who this is. This is Traylon Burks, who now is known as the Milkman for reasons that you can clearly see. Anyway, and he just got drafted. Um, and so this is what y'all got going on. Can we point out all of the things that we see wrong here? I'll let y'all do that for me. Just start pointing them out. I mean, I can tell y'all he just got drafted by the Tennessee Titans and is a wide receiver. Hey, Amber. Ciao. 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 You, Child, they segregated in the room. You see all his family, the black women is on one side and all the white child. Child. Y'all see what we got going on here? Yeah, this is why I say every year it becomes a reenactment of Get Out. Just a mess. For me, the best part of this image for me is the grandma giving the death stare to, I guess that's his girlfriend, the blonde chick. Grandma is giving mama one more good death stare, like, bitch, I, if it's the last thing I do before I go on to glory, bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up, white woman. Baby, tell me grandma ain't giving her the death stare. I- it's just so much going on in this video. Hey, oh, I already said, hey, do you court documents? Yeah, you see all of the black, all that must be the family. All of the black women are all on one side, the side closest to us. But all of them white women now, here's my question. Here's my question. What did mama have to do to be the white woman that's sitting at this table? Like, what depths of debauchery did she have to dive into? Because let's be clear, all the other white women in this photo have had their back blown out by this young man. Let's be very clear. Wait, where the braids at? The white braids. Tracy, I see the braids on the black chicks, the black chicks right in front of us. But the white chicks, I don't wait, where the braid? Let me look a little closer at this image. Child. Who is your boo in your mind, Xavier? Child. I want to know who is your boo in your mind, Xavier. Child. And if you say Odell Beckham, you need to see our previous story about fecal matter and shit. Okay. Oh, we're not surprised. We're not surprised about any of this. We see this carrying on. It don't matter if he's from Arkansas, New York City, or any Atlanta, DC, wherever, or Kalamazoo, Michigan. It don't matter where he's from. Tyler, we see this replay over and over and every year. I told you the NFL draft is nothing but a reenactment of Get Out every year. Oh, you see, there are different breed of degenerates out there. Yeah. You know, Xavier, I got my back blown out in Pine Bluff. One time I was in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Child, child, child. The donkey dick that ravished my body in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Child. Oh, I've seen him in person. Xavier, child, don't get me started. I'll give you some stories. Anyway, we know how this plays out, but let's pretend. I'm trying to know. See the chicks in the back. Like, what did chicks sitting next to him do that the chicks in the back didn't do? Like, did she lick his booty hole or something and the other chicks wouldn't? Like, did she peg him and the other chicks said, that's where I draw the line? Because there had to be something that she did that all of these other chicks, like, I feel like he's stuck in a sorority house, like he's at the Tri Delta house or something, or Delta Zeta house. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't you feel like he's in the middle of a sorority dinner at down to the white sorority house at the Tri Delta house or Tri Sig or Delta Zeta? I'm just saying. I'm just. Child, this what y'all got going on at the NFL Combine. Not Combine, the NFL Draft. All of them are probably got. Now, see, that ain't a new phenomenon. You know, the white chicks get it how they live. They know they gonna get broke off, so they get it how they don't mind you going to go fuck somebody else. They don't care. They don't be caring. So I would venture to gather none of them. That ain't. That I would venture to gather Xavier. That wasn't the thing that differentiated her from the rest of them. But shall see, it's the grandma. It's still the grandma death stare for me. Grandma got one more death stare on him. What I would love to see is the faces of the other black women on this side of the table because I know that they over there probably got some death stares on them as well. I would love to see their looks because grandma looked like she passed it down, and baby, child, child, child. Anyway, I think it's time for us to transition. We got a lot of sugar spikes today, y'all. So let me transition y'all appropriately. Here you go. I'll give y'all that as we transition, Lord. That's for Abby. That's for you, Abby. I'm gonna give you him so he can pick you up and carry you across the threshold and throw you from wall to wall and give you something you can feel. Here's more of him for you, Abby, because I know there's some tree trunks for legs, and let me tell you, child, let me tell you. Oh God. So, where's Cams? Where's Cams? I need Cams here today, and I need my panelists up here because our next story. Let me go to my next story and take this down. So, anyway, so Gerard Carmichael, since he went and did the stand up, or we're not gonna call it stand up, we're just gonna call it the HBO special, okay? So Gerard Carmichael, he does this HBO special. We had a whole panel discussion on it, which is doing quite well. The people are actually, I've had a lot of people watch it. You know, even recently, like even to this day, I'm still getting comments and stuff like that from that panel. They love that panel. Anyway, but um, he is going on this world tour and being very public about the situation between him and his mom. So he was on um I saw his interview that he did with Stephen not Stephen Colbert, the guy from SNL who has the late show. Anyway, he was on there recently a couple weeks ago. I saw that interview. I saw another interview he did. And so recently, a couple days ago, he was on um Howard Stern show. And he's continuing to have this Seth Meyers, thank you. Thank you, Bobo. Um he's continued to be very public about the fact that his mom is still having issue, and he says me and my mom have a god-sized wall between us. You know, that's the impossible thing to navigate. And I'm gonna say like this, there's a lot there's a lot of layers to this. Before I get to the layers with the mom, because we can get there, we can talk about that, but for those of us in the community, in the Rainbow Coalition compound, even because I've seen the special a few times and I've seen the interviews because people keep sending the interviews to me. And so when you watch him, it's triggering when you watch him and you see the deflection and you see the defense mechanism of telling a joke or trying to garner a laugh to deflect from the pain and angst that he is experiencing. And it's triggering. It can be very triggering because I think many of us in the community have lived through that experience, that know what that feels like, can identify it. And I feel like, as opposed to hitting the problem head on, there's this the defense mechanism and the tap dancing around is like him tap dancing around the situation as opposed to going head first at the situation. And we've seen this play out clearly. He had already let his mom and things know well before the HBO special came out. So she's known for some time now. And there's still the situation and rift between them. But when you watch him and you see every time he gets on screen and he begins to talk about it, it's almost triggered. You see the discomfort, you see him in pain, mental anguish, and he'll smile and try to tell a joke and laugh it off. But you see, there's some serious mental duress there, mental and emotional duress there, where he's like really having an issue with this. And so it's like he's going on these interviews and being very indirect about a problem that you need to go and attack directly. You are having all of these, things that you're doing uh, um, to try to deflect from the real pain. You need to just go ahead and have and I know you see your mom, and I know sometimes there's this um there is a notion that, well, I can't go there with my mom, or I can't say that to my mom, or at a certain point, this young man is what, 34, 35 years old? Sure. If your mom still has issues with whatever you're doing, whatever you're going through, like I tell people all the time, our parents had the freedom and the right to live their lives however they wanted to, unbridled, unquestioned, and be authentically who they were as adults. You have the very same rights. And at a certain point, you got to go to her directly and say, "Hey, boo, hey, mom, ain't quintessential. I love you to death. I love you from the top of my head to the sole of my feet, and from the innermost depths of my heart. But baby, I cannot live my life for you. And if you are telling me that you want no parts of me, or you don't want anything to do with me, because when you tell me, oh, I can deal with you as long as I don't have to deal with that part of you, then you don't want to deal with me." Because remember, orientation doesn't consume all of who you are. It is just a part of who you are. And so a part of the whole. And so by her saying, I don't want anything to do with that, it's like her saying, I don't mind looking at you. I just don't want to look at your nose. Well, if you don't want to look at my nose, then boo, you don't want to look at me. Because although my nose isn't the totality of my face, and I could probably wear a mask or find something to cover my nose, but after a while, hey boo, if you're gonna deal with me, I have a nose. And if you don't like my nose, then you don't like me. The nose is a part of me, and it's what makes me me. And in the same vein, if she's telling you, I don't want that part of you, then that is rejecting you. And you got to you and I'm hoping that there's a lot of work being done on someone's couch, a therapist, so he can get past all of the issues that he has. But at some point, you have to get past this because it's consuming. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see it is consuming him, and people are going to play on that. People are every time you sit down for an interview, that's where they're going. That's where they go. Well, how's the situation with my mom? I, At some point, you got to let it go. You know, right? Exactly. Spike. You got to sometimes you got to love people from a distance and give them time. One of the things that I do have to say and agree with that somebody said if you go to the special and listen, somebody says, well, it took you all of these years. Why can't she have that same time? And I get that and I understand that totally. And I agree to a certain degree. Hey, boo, sometimes, just like it took you some time to grapple with and deal with it, you got to give people you love some time to grapple with and deal with it too. And if that means that, hey, we may need to have some distance between us so I can give you some time, hey, make it make sense. So I can give you some time to come to grips because this is not going to change. So I might need to give you some time to come to, your own reality with it and your own, you know, reasoning that you need to have. Hey, make it make sense. Good to see you. Um, I, I'm like, girl, you gotta let it go. Let it go. Listen, if I go on another, if and then like I said, he's going to go on these interviews, and that's always going to be the first thing they ask. So at a certain point, he has to get to what me and my mom are fine, and go on because it's going to be, it's going to keep going and going and going, and that's going to take you to this place where I've watched Gerard Carmichael for years. But now when I watch him, I almost don't want to see him anymore because the way he's handling this is triggering. It's triggering. At least for me, I will say, because I've been there. I know what that feels like, and he is having some real mental and emotional duress behind this, and he got to let it go. I'm just saying. Anyway, that's what's going on with Gerard, y'all. He got a lot going on. I don't know. Have y'all been watching him go on this tour? Because at a certain point, if you love your moms a whole lot, like you say you do, the the way that she's, and I'm not saying she's wrong, right. I'm not saying your mom is right by any stretch of the imagination. However, by you continuing to string this along and let everybody see the issues that you have, what happens is people that are fans of yours and people looking from the outside are going to have this very horrible depiction of somebody who you love and somebody who you ideally care about, and they don't have any ties to her. So when they see her, she's going to get smoke from people she don't even know because of how this is playing out. Oh, I know he's promoting a movie. Oh, I'm very aware, but they're not going to talk about the movie as much, and people aren't harping on the movie. His promotional tour isn't getting more eyes on the movie. Is getting more people talking about what he got going on. I'm sure. Now I don't know how many people can identify his mom, but I'm sure those people who may have gone and Googled and looked up who his mom was, when they see that lady, it's loony bins out there and crazy people out there that may go up there and say all kinds of horrible things to his mom in her face and making it hard for her. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. It was. She did take the husband back and didn't bat an eye. She ain't need no time for that, apparently. See what I'm saying? Xavier already said he here for all the smoke for that lady. And you, by letting this play out like this, I can't help but say are the catalyst for this. some things, and this is some things people have to learn. Some things you can't, it's not for public consumption. Like certain things you can't just put out there because when the toothpaste is out of the tube, you can't bring it back, reel it back in. And so, even if you and your mom get to a good place, people there are people who's permanently gonna think of your mom a certain way. But anyway, that's what's going on with him. Let me get some more thirst traps up here for y'all as we transition. Oh, here's another one for y'all. Praise God. Hmm. Oh, I have another picture of him too. That's one picture. Child. Here's another picture. Do you see what I see? Lay that one up there. That's him too. So I can let y'all see what I see. Ooh, child. Child. Yeah. Well, I've tried to avoid it, but now it's unavoidable. Y'all know what time it is. It is time for our sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar, 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 sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar, 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 sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar, 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 sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar, 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 sugar spike. It, ladies and gentlemen, is now time for our patented sugar spike moment. Ciao. 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 Yeah, that last transitional image gave life abundant, so I was here for it. Have y'all seen the video of this white lady who slapped this black boy? Let me see if I can pull this video up for y'all. Cause I feel like y'all need to see this. Now this video is making its rounds. Let me see if I can't get this video to come up for y'all. So this video, let me share my screen, honey. Um Child, let me take down my overlay because that might, yeah, it might be parts of it y'all can't see. So let me take my overlay down so y'all can see it. But all right, so let me share this video. Share screen. Because this white woman was out of order. So let me try to make this big. So y'all can see this. Come on now. Taking all long and stuff. Child. Y'all know how my computer be right now. Mm, girl. Y'all see what I gotta deal with? I'm trying to make her big. Oh, sorry, y'all. It was on mute. Oh,
Just call him the N word. She prefaces with, "You effing."
let me rewind it. Sorry, y'all. Why is no sound? If it ain't one thing, it's another. All right. There's the volume. Oh, that's why.
71-year-old drove up to the window and started calling his client racial slurs.
She proceeds to call him the N word. She don't just call him the N word. She prefaces with, "You effing N person."
Then, documents show Schuerman asked the teen, quote, "Did that hurt you?" When the 17-year-old said no, she got out of the car and slapped him across the face.
If that didn't hurt you, then I'll slap you and see if that hurts you. This young man did the best that he could do to control himself.
2 weeks later, the 71-year-old charged with a malicious harassment based upon race charge. That charge carries more weight than a standard assault.
What was more painful to him was the fact that it took so long for anything to be addressed in reference to this.
71-year-old drove up to the window
So
and
that's what
started
we got
calling his
going
client
on.
racial slurs.
She proceeds to call him the N word.
Does this white lady not realize that she's the old 71-year-old white woman? And if that 17-year-old black boy had reached out and drugged that woman, he would have been wrong, right? Like, I guess she still feel like this is the 1950s and things where she can go home and tell her white husband and her white family members about this black boy and get this black boy killed. Baby, we're in 2022 and we will drag you with reckless abandon. Now, that black boy a whole lot better than me. Because please be clear, God ain't called me in that area yet. God did not call me in that area yet. And what I know is, mm-mm, we're not doing that. That's not what the good Lord would have for us in this last and evil day. Please be clear. Please be clear. If that fat, bloated whale of a white woman with her gray pubic hairs would have reached out and stuck out her arm, and that hand attached to her arm made contact with my face, please be clear. The only thing that I would have heard in my head is, what they say in Mortal Kombat, finish her. That's what I've heard, would have heard. And I would have immediately said, get over here. And we would have proceeded to drag her. Let's be clear what that was. That looked like the church's chicken, the Popeyes chicken Whataburger. It was orange. So it probably was like a Whataburger or something like that. It was the Popeyes or Whataburger with orange. Baby, baby, baby shark, do. The amount of money that y'all are paying me here down to the Whataburger or down to the Popeyes ain't enough for me to have it okay for this woman to slap me. Because if you notice, Mama had to roll her ass out of that goddamn minivan that looked like it was on an episode of Hoarders. She looked like a candidate for that show Hoarders. Mama looked like she has all kinds of shits in the back of over the Little Caesars. Okay, thank you. Mama looked like she got every the entire collection of Beanie Babies from back in the 90s. She got a bunch of Cabbage Patch dolls from back in the 80s. Mama got all the little troll little dolls that she's been collecting over the years back in the back of this thing. Mama done collected. She looks like a hoarder. She looks like a fucking hoarder. Mama looked like somebody, you see, she white. And the white people already told us their hygiene, how they do with their hygiene. Mama looked like she takes you know what I'm saying, takes a good shower once every 60 to 90 days. Mama looks like she takes the good so listen. She get a bar of soap that lasts a whole year, baby. She shop for a bar of soap once a year. Baby, that good January, she gonna buy that good bar of soap. She gonna look at it and say, "Oh, this will last me till next January." She give me one of these white people that only bathe every 60 to 90 days. I look at her and I can smell her through my screen. Dear God above. Now, I probably think that that might have been what kept that young man back. Because when she had to reach up that arm to slap him, and the funk of 40,000 years, that's what slapped him first. That is the real assault. The real assault. Because we could see from the video, the hand slap wasn't that hard. The real assault was, hey, Jay Parrish, that smell and the funk of 40,000 years that reached his and slapped him in the face first. That is the real assault. You're right, Xavier. You know them white people, they don't use washcloths. They use straight bar soap to their dirty, nasty ass body. Just as nasty. Just as you know, white people don't use washcloths. They just nasty like that. Child, that's one thing you don't do. You don't watch. You don't go and bathe in white people's shower because I don't even want to know. Like I feel like I might listen. You go take a bath in a white person's shower, you might leave with scabies. I'm just saying, you might leave with scabies, honey. I'm just telling you what I know. Just a mess. Just a damn mess. Child. Hey, Niecy Watson, I didn't even say hi to you. Child. This is what we got going on. Girl. Patty Duke, please don't get me started. They use the soap right on their body, and then, like you said, they share the soap. So now your dirty, nasty ass, you know, dead skin and is on the soap, and now I got to wipe that shit on my body too, cause y'all don't use what? Hell no, nah, bitch. Hell no. Nah. Oh dear God. Matter of fact, I'm so particular. I have 2 bars of soap. I will first use my ivory soap because that's just old school me. Like my grandma always told me, I always use the ivory soap that gets me clean first. Then I got another soap that I use after that. That's the second washing that's gonna moisturize my skin and put all of the moisturization back in my skin after this good ivory soap to scrape everything out. You know, some good ivory, not even the scented ivory. We use a straight white bar soap ivory, the kind that the old people used to wash their clothes with. Okay, back in the day, they used to wash clothes with ivory soap. I'll tell you what I know. Use that one first, make sure I get good and clean. Then I got my nice, smell good, moisturizing, exfoliating soap that I use afterwards so it can give me back, what the ivory done took out. Charlotte can give me back and replenish this good skin. So I make sure I'm all right. That's what we do. Too. Every time you take a shower. These that child. What y'all put in this coffee? This coffee is extra good today. Nasty ass white lady. That was the real assault. I told y'all the real assault was the funk of 40,000 years that slapped that young man, not her hand. I don't like body wash because I don't like the feel of the little sponge or the little thing, the little sponge you use. I don't like the way that feels on my skin. I'd rather just washcloth. I don't like body wash. I feel like the body wash for me just doesn't give me that same. I don't know. It's just for me. Okay. Um. Oh yeah, we absolutely do. They are color coordinated. One is for the ivory. One is for the other soap. Oh yes. Oh yes. Listen, there's a whole routine over here in these streets. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? Actually, there are three washcloths that one here, one. We don't play around because what I don't do is I never use the washcloth. Well, I ain't gonna go into my whole routine, but I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm a bar soap type. I need my bar soap. Cha. Anyway, but yes, that's what y'all got going on. That's what y'all got going on. You took the words right out my mouth, Nisa. You got to have a separate rag for the face because what you wash your face with is not what you wash some of the rest of your child. When I tell you, you use the whole, the little rack in your bathroom that you hang the washcloths off on. Use the whole one; they be lined up, lined up. Anyway, so that's our first sugar spike moment. Nasty ass white lady. In our next sugar spike moment, where to next? Oh, dear God. So let's have a 20 step. I have a 20-step face routine. I don't even touch my face in the shower. Every day she don't even touch her face in the shower. She got a 20-step routine. Now my brother is like that. My brother, he doesn't wash his face until he gets out of the shower. And then he goes through a whole process of the stuff that he used on his face after he gets out the shower. That's what my brother does. So, in news of people who are black presenting, meaning looking black but not actually black, we have a story that involves Sage Steele, the female incarnate of Jason Whitlock. So, Sage Steele is apparently suing ESPN. Let me read this article about the female version of Jason Whitlock, who's one of the worst human beings on the face of the planet. Sage Steele is suing her longtime employer, ESPN, alleging the network is violating her First Amendment right to free speech. Even though Steele has never been suspended or disciplined by the company for anything she's said, the Sports Center anchor has made a point of airing her conservative views in media appearances outside of her employer's platform. In one appearance on former in one appearance on former NFL quarterback Jay Cutler's podcast last year, Steele, who identifies as biracial, questioned why Barack Obama identifies as black and blamed women working in sports media for their own sexual harassment. Y'all know we did that whole story months ago when that all came out. When she said, "Why is Barack Obama calling himself black, and why women and it's women's fault that they are sexually harassed?" We did that story a few months ago. Go check out. I think we did it on the politics of it all. I don't think we did it on City Saturday. Anyway, moving on. She's also criticized black athletes for protesting against police brutality and thought missing her flight because of protests over ex President Donald Trump's Muslim ban was just a bridge too far. In other words, it's unlikely she's ever met an anti black or right wing talking point she wasn't willing to parrot, whether she actually believes it or just in the name of free speech and contrarianism. Well, after the Cutler podcast, it seemed ESPN had had enough. The network's brass had issued an edict that its on air talent shouldn't make political statements that aren't connected to a sports story. When Steele vanished for a while last year, it appeared ESPN was using her recuperation from a COVID-19 infection to sideline her from hosting duties, although it maintained Steele has never been suspended. Um, In her lawsuit, Steele now says the network's treatment of her represented, quote, selective enforcement, end quote, of that policy against political talking points, according to the Wall Street Journal. ESPN has, quote, violated Connecticut law and Steele's right to free speech based upon a faulty understanding of her comments and a non existent, unenforced workplace policy that serves as nothing more than pretext, end quote, according to the suit, which seeks unspecified damages. ESPN responded to the suit in the Journal by noting that Steele remains on the network, anchoring SportsCenter at noon, and recently hosted the network's coverage of golf's the Masters golf tournament. Let me tell y'all something. Fuck Sage Steele. Fuck everything she stands for. Fuck her little curly hair that she got over there. Fuck her teeth. Fuck her outfits. Fuck any and everything about her. I have no sympathy for Sage Steele. I have no empathy for Sage Steele. I want no parts of Sage Steele. Do you hear me? ESPN, I'm not here for y'all either. Because remember, y'all was real quick to get rid of my girl Jamel Hill. Real quick to get rid of Jamel Hill for a tweet. Not anything Jamel Hill said on ESPN, but for a tweet about Donald Trump. But now this woman can say all types of heinous things about black people and about women, saying that women, female journalists, were asking for the sexual harassment that they received. Y'all have not suspended her. She ain't had no time off officially. She's still on the platform today on SportsCenter, which is your flagship broadcast on the show. She was covering the Masters tournament just a couple weeks ago. You know what inquiring minds want to know? What she got on y'all down there at the ESPN? What she got on y'all? Who is she down? I almost went down the road. Nope. We're not gonna let her take us down this road. Nope. Who she almost took me down the road. Sage still almost made me go down the road. I'm not gonna do that. What are we talking about? It's me. We're talking about fecal matter today. We're talking about what how you have your toilet paper in the toilet paper dispenser. We're talking about washing your body. We've talked about so much today. I don't even know where to begin. Just a silly Saturday and we're silly. Anyway, but yeah, Sage Steele is a deplorable human being. And she can go right on down there with all of her white friends and her conservative minded people. Please, she's not worried because there's a job waiting for her down there to the Fox News channel. Please be clear. She is not worried about ESPN. She has a job waiting for her down there to the ESPN. Do you hear me? Waiting. She don't care. She don't care. Not ESPN, down to the Fox News channel. She's waiting for ESPN to fire her. She'll be right down there. Her and what's the other black presenting? Candace Owens. Her and Candace Owens gonna do a daily show over there where they're on screen together, doing the things that the black presenting people do. Go ahead and bring Jason Whitlock in on that so you can have a holy trinity of fuckery and fuck shit and fuctitude. Just a mess. Well, let me I need a transition before I spike out. So before we transition to our next, I owe y'all two transitions because I didn't transition before I got the Sage Steel. So let me give y'all a couple pictures on this transition. Who I had last time? Let me see. Oh, I had him last time. So let me give you him as I transition over here. Because Sage still about to take me down the road less travel. She almost had me. Who almost said some stuff. Let me go down this road with you, Sage. Child. I think I got another one with him. Yeah, that's the other one with him. I thought about you, Tracy. I made sure I kept the names up there for you, Tracy. Girl, I was thinking about you, girl. Not you could tell he be wearing tight ass pants. See, this is why I can't do this with you, Xavier. This is exactly why. Here's another one. I don't like that one. He kind of hiding his face in that one. Here's another one with him. Let me eat me some gummy worms before I spike out. Not break your heart and ruin your credit, child. But I bet you're gonna be satisfied. Child. I'm gonna give y'all two more. Two more. Well, technically one more. Because it's I have two of the same person. Here's another one with him. All right. Y'all all right now. We done. We're ready. Bring it back. I had a few gummy worms so I can regulate my sugar levels. Child Sage still almost made me go full throttle like this was the politics of it all. Check us out on the politics of it all. Oh, today is the last day that I have to do what I do. So let me go and say, please go like, share, and subscribe. Like this video up. Share it out on your social media platforms. Subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe, press the notification bell and select all so that you know any and every time that we are live. I know that they're going to watch this video. This is the last day of the month, so I know I got to do that. But you see how I put it conveniently, like almost an hour and a half in the video, so I know that they got to go and scour through the whole video in order to see it. Because if they were in the bushes, they would have texted me by now, and they ain't text me, so that means they ain't in the bushes. You talk about that last one. I think he was visiting Miami. I that last one, little baby. I don't know him to be from Miami. Anyway, I did not take off a week, so I didn't have to do it. I was out of town. I had a conference that I was at. I was at a conference, and yeah, I was off the grid. Off the grid. So, in more sugar spike news, a Texas school district bars a black student over braids. Let me read this for y'all. A Texas family says their son hasn't been able to enroll in his local public high school because of a racist and arbitrary policy that bans braids and other natural hairstyles common among Black people. The East Bernard Independent School District's handbook, which CNN reports was removed from the district's website after reporters started asking questions about the policy, bans the styles as part of its dress code, despite the fact, well, man, despite the fact that hairstyles have nothing to do with what someone wears. That's a problem for that's the problem for Dyree Williams, a 17-year-old student whose family just moved from Cincinnati to East Bernard, which is near Houston. Williams wears his hair in braids and considers the style a tie to his culture and ancestors. His family has appealed local school officials' decision not to allow him to enroll to no avail. This is a whole mess, y'all. A whole mess, y'all. A whole mess. Um, the family says his cutting his hair isn't an option, but they also don't have another option for a public school to send him to because East Bernard is the closest district to their home. Now, according to a CNN report, his mom said, quote, "I feel really sick to my stomach. I feel like the district's hair policy needs to change. I feel like it's horrible, and I feel like it's only toward African American children or people. Only 6.1% of the students in the district are Black, according to the Texas Education Agency. Williams would be entering his junior year of high school, a pivotal year for many high school students in the wake of college prep. Bullock said and feels bad. His wife name, his not his wife, his mom's name is Desiree Bullock, and so his mom said feels bad because he's missing opportunities to run track and noticed and get noticed by scouts for college scholarships. It's not the first time a Texas school district has faced controversy over how it treats Black students over their hair. In 2020, a judge ruled that Barbers Hill Independent School District in Mont Bellevue, Texas, had to allow then junior Caden Bradford full access to school and extracurricular activities without cutting his dreadlocks. This is this is not, listen. Here's what I need y'all to understand. This is not a private school. That's not a private school. That's not a charter school. This is a public school, which means that this public school is getting the lion's share of its money from public funds, taxpayer dollars, the very same taxpayer dollars that this family is paying when they pay property taxes and other taxes around the state. those monies are being used to fund said school, not private, not charter. This is public school. The other thing is this. I see what you're saying, Jason, but no, I would venture to say that if they were trying to enroll this child into a private school or a charter school, but if a child is not enrolled in any school, meaning more than likely public school, then that child is deemed truant, and then the parents can face repercussions for not having their child enrolled in school. But if and when that parent tries to enroll this child in school, and you tell me that I cannot enroll my child in school, not because they don't have all of their vaccinations, not because of paperwork, simply because you don't like my child's hairdo, now we have a problem. Mind you, the hypocrisy of all of this is the fact that these same Texas school districts want to nilly willy, whenever it's beneficial for them, talk about, oh, a parent's right to choose and decide what a child does and does not do in and about school. Oh, this is a black parent, and that black parent has decided that they want it's okay for their child to have a certain hairdo, and now you got a problem because this black parent has no problem with their child having this hairdo, but you don't want that. So now in this instance, it's not up to the parent to decide what they want for their child. Now it's up to the school district to decide what. I'm just Jason, apparently it may not have been known because they told us that the school district student handbook was removed from the website. Now it's removed. So if today we decided that we was gonna move over to this school district and maybe we wanted to do our due diligence and research and look up the student handbook, clearly we don't have access to it anymore because they decided that they don't want you to have access to it to see all of the racist and bigoted policies that they have down there to the school district. What they want to happen is you to roll up in there and them have the power and authority to tell you, no, boo, you can't do that. Why can't I do that? Oh, because it's in this handbook right here. Oh, you mean the handbook that you didn't allow me to have access to? You mean you don't want my child enrolled in a public school district that I am paying for through my tax dollars? And last week I saw you screaming from the rooftops all about how it's a parent's right to decide what is right and wrong for their own children when it had anything to do with critical race theory. But now, as a parent, I don't get to decide on not the clothing, but the style in which my child's hair is. A mess. A mess. Do y'all want to see what the y'all want to see the young man? Because the hairdo is the hair style is tame at best. If this is what y'all are complaining about, there's a problem. Let me show y'all the image of this young man. Hold on. Let me let y'all see what we got going on here. Let y'all see this. Let me let y'all see what we got going on here so y'all can get context. So y'all can have context. There's the young man. Where's the problem? Where's the problem? Where's the problem? This is what y'all got going on in these yet to be United States of America. A mess. A mess. What the hell is that? You would have thought his hair was like Rapunzel dragging on the ground, or you would have thought he had like some crazy out there stuff. Like, remember when Cam Newton had the big, you would have thought it was. This is what y'all got going on in the state that is governed by Governor Hot Wheels. I really want to do this Chantel Brown story, but I don't even think I have the energy. This whole Joe Biden, while I'm thinking about that, I'm contemplating whether or not I'm going to do the Chantel Brown story. But while I'm contemplating, let me give y'all some more thirst trap transitions. Where am I at with my transitions? Did we do him yet? Yeah, we did him. Yeah, we did him. So now, yeah, let's do him. There we go. There's one. There's one. I think I got another of him. I thought I had another one with him. Which is another one of him. Child. Don't say I did not look out for you today, okay? I'm looking out for y'all. I'm looking out for y'all. Okay. God. Trying to make sure. All right, one more. One more. All right. So I'm gonna touch this briefly. I'm gonna try not to rant on and on and on about it because it really angers my spirit, and it belongs on. Yeah, we that's what we'll call them. Spicy original palate cleansers. Thank you for gifting us with that. Um, Spicy original. We'll call them palate cleansers because every now and again you need a palate cleanser. So these are what we'll call palate cleansers. Y'all can thank Spicy Original for that term. So, um, y'all might not think this is a big deal, but it absolutely is. And it speaks to where we're going with regard to 2022 midterm elections and how the and how child don't you know Yvonne? Child. And how this is about to be a freaking bloodbath because of Democratic Party politics and shit. So your president, the 46th president of these yet to be United States of America, has officially endorsed Chantel Brown in the race with Chantel Brown versus Nina Turner up there in Ohio. Let me read this for y'all. President Biden on Friday released a statement endorsing Representative Shontel Brown, Democrat of Ohio, over more progressive candidate Nina Turner in the Ohio congressional race. Quote, Shontel Brown has been an ardent advocate of the people of Ohio and a true partner in Congress. We need leaders like Shontel Brown to help continue the fight to respond to this pandemic, lower costs for working families, and rebuild the middle class. Biden wrote, Chantel is committed to building a better America. I am proud to endorse Chantel Brown for Ohio's 11th district in the U.S. House of Representatives. End quote. Shontel Brown and Nina Turner are in a hotly contested race with both Democrats raising more than $600,000 in the first quarter of 2020. Um, Biden also wrote in his endorsement, I am thankful for the support. I'm sorry, this is what Shontel Brown wrote in response to Biden's endorsement. I am thankful for the support of Joe Biden. From day one, I promised to work with the president and his administration to deliver for the people of Northeast Ohio and bring economic relief and quality health care to all Americans, end quote. Biden's endorsement of Brown comes after Turner told the Atlantic back in 2020 that voting for Biden was like eating a bowl of shit. That is what she said. And from what we can see thus far, oh, this coffee is extra good because she might not be telling no lies. I'm just saying. Um, quote, it's like saying to somebody, you have a bowl of shit in front of you, and all you've got to do is eat half of it instead of the whole thing. It's still shit, Nina Turner said, who was co-chair of Senator Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign at the time. Let me read that quote again, because I love me some Nina Turner. And I love how she went in. She said, it's like somebody saying to you, you have a bowl of shit in front of you, and all you got to do is eat half of it instead of the whole thing. It's still shit. Where's the line? House Majority Whip Jim Clyburn, Democrat of South Carolina, and y'all already know how I feel about Jim Clyburn, has also endorsed Shontel Brown. Quote, Shontel Brown made it very clear that she was a Joe Biden supporter, he told The Hill on Friday, and her opponent made it very clear she was a Joe Biden opponent. Clyburn is expected to stomp for Brown in Ohio over the weekend, including a Saturday night event and church appearances on Sunday. This is the second time Turner and Brown have faced each other in an election, with Brown beating Turner in a special election for Ohio's 11th district. Here's the backstory. Back in 2020, when we got to 1 month before the primary, Shontel Brown was not even in the race for Ohio's 11th district. And because the Democratic brass wanted no parts of Nina Turner, who was way too progressive, they went and found Shontel Brown, put her on the ballot, and put all of the money and power of the Democratic Party behind Shontel Brown. And that's how Shontel Brown got that seat less than a month on being on the ballot. Now, should I let you know that all of the Republicans, not only did Joe Biden endorse her, but so has conservative groups, conservative political action committees, as well as Republican members of Congress and the Senate. They have also endorsed and backed Shontel Brown. Shontel Brown has also taken money, campaign funds from organizations and entities known to support conservative viewpoints and policies. That is what Chantel Brown is doing. But they're not going to tell you that. All they want y'all to see is one, that she's being supported by Joe Biden, and then for all of the black people, oh, Jim Clyburn is endorsing her, and so you gotta vote for her because Jim Clyburn wants her and Nancy Pelosi. Chantel Brown, let's be clear, is the wrong answer. She has had her pockets lined by conservative groups, which is why she had support of the Republican Party. This is the same thing that we saw that happen in several cities in this country. When someone is too progressive and the Democratic regime and the centrist Dems who run the Democratic Party think you're too progressive, then they go and try to find a candidate and find someone who they think can beat you. They don't even have a write-in candidate put in if you win the primary. That's what they did with India Walton up there in Buffalo. But everybody's hip to the game in that Ohio area, and I don't know if they're gonna be able to get this one so easily, because right now Joe Biden, you ain't looking so good in the eyes of a whole lot of Dems and a whole lot of black people. So it may not be a good idea for you to be going around here throwing around endorsements as if you over here flexing on people when your approval rating is plummeting. So your whole endorsement may not help. But go ahead with your badass Chantel Brown. Go ahead and marry yourself to his endorsement. We'll see what that gets you, because it's about to be a whole bloodbath. Anyway, I don't want to go in too hard on that because I have a whole lot more to say about that, but I'm gonna just leave that there and wait for politics of it all to do more on that. Do I have any more? I have a couple more pictures before we get out of here. Here, y'all can have this one. Give y'all that one. Child, Xavier, they got billions of dollars to throw around, but can't get rid of student debt, right? He over there talking, oh, I ain't here for student debt. I give y'all 10,000, but I won't remove it. Well, you give up to 50. No, I ain't doing that either, because he ain't shit. Here's another. I think I got one more. He's tall. This one right here, you see, he all the way at the, looks like it might be the angle, but it looks like he's almost at the top of that door. And there's another one. I follow him. He be giving me life abundant. Anyway, that's our last palette cleanser for the day. We needed a palette cleanser, something to cleanse the palette. Anyway, listen, y'all, we've had a wonderful, silly Saturday. We've been on here an hour and 51 minutes, almost 2 hours doing what we do on Saturdays, being silly. But we about to get on out chill. We're gonna get up out of here. I got some things to do. I owe y'all a Candy and a Gang review that I'm gonna try to get out there sometime today. I will be live later tonight, this evening for that Ruthless panel. I will also be over on Really Bees Live tonight, where I think we're supposed to be over there having a Justice League live with Really Bee to talk things, reality series. I think we're going to talk Chasing Atlanta. We'll probably talk about Bad Boys, Candy and the Gang. So we'll be over there shooting the shit, do what we do in the Justice League. Y'all know our antics and what we give, you know. Right, spicy original. Anyway, listen, I hope y'all have enjoyed today. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. Okay, I will. It's me, D. Um, I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. Thoroughly. A great time was had by all. Anyway, can I get some Shondos in the chat before we get out of here? Can I get some Shondos in the chat? Let me say Shondo to everybody out there, because y'all hold me down, y'all be here, y'all make it happen, y'all do the things that it takes to keep me going, and I am so appreciative. So appreciative. Anyway, as I always say before we get out of here, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being focal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. Feel much obliged and much appreciated. We are going to be here to do the things that we do for y'all. We got some things coming up, some surprises for lots of things, and I'm excited. You should be too. Anyway, you know what I haven't sang in a long time? It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside, and when you wake up, ready to say, it's time to make a snappy new day. It's such a good feeling, a very good feeling. The feeling you know that I'll be back when the day is new. And I'll have more ideas for you, and you'll have things you'd like to talk about. I will too. All right, we're gonna get out of here. I ain't did that in a long time. Just wanted to do that for y'all. Anyway, until next time, maybe later today. That's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.